Hello everyone and welcome to episode 14 of the TW9 Road to Glory save here on the channel. As still in the Seaverse, of course. We are almost into the summer and we're almost at show number, as far as Night of Sin, 20. Overall wise, we are, this will technically actually be the 20th show, as for Night of Sin, 19 and 20 for this episode, so doubleheader. Mainly because I wanted to end it on Night of Sin 20. Just felt like that's a good way of going about it. And plus, have Night of Sin 21 be its own episode. But for this show, we're already here for it. As far as we still haven't had any new role or anything yet, but we have made money though for the first time. $412 in the green. Love it. About time. And I think we're gonna do pretty well this year in 2023. I'm hoping we can get it at least down below 10 grand in the hole. We got a ways to go for that, but I think we got a shot at least. But we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. Of course, Night of Sin 18, our previous show, we did see title match with Rob Edwards and Terry Roundtree, Scary Terry 1. We also saw Jules Knight beat Warren Turksbury, and also Kerry Fry going the distance with Blackwell Bush. Kato Mormasa beating Roberto Ayala. And then the First Blood match, of course. The March Massacre match with Rob Reynolds and Walter Tagg. Basically with this show, as far as we'll advance to it, because we're ready to go. We got everything lined up. We're just going to skip that, because we really don't need to have anybody night off-wise. Getting at the Piper Casino. And, actually, yeah, let's go. And the booking team meeting, which we always don't use. So, locker room incident score, Haramoto. Buffalo arrests court, accused of not touring the rest of the locker room for a night out. As Marcus Mann found him guilty incidents of drinks after the show. Oh, nice. And then John Snyder was brought for wrestler's court, making a mess backstage, not cleaning it up, knowing everybody else. Can't be doing that. As he sends them, did Marcus Mann, to clean it up and then buy drinks after the show. Alright, so at least nobody fought. And, yeah, we're going to inspire. Actually, now we won't inspire. Oh, didn't mean to hit the question mark. We'll just do nothing. Do nothing before the show. So we have our show pre-booked, ready to go. Basically, the idea, we're going to have Scary Terry be off because we're building to his next challenger. And really right now, I would say this two bouts here. Michelle Bernard and Sugar Amano, and then Rob Reynolds taking on the former challenger in Rob Edwards. So Rob versus Rob, we're finally getting this matchup. This will be the main event, as we're going to see Rob Reynolds beat Rob Edwards. So he, in fact, does beat Edwards, and he'll jump up now to 4-2, whereas Rob Edwards is going to stay at 5 wins, but he'll jump up to 3 losses, unfortunately, for him. But also, that March Massacre matchup, it was a non-sanctioned match. So as far as he should still have, as far as with, I just want to double check, make sure we didn't give him a win when he shouldn't have one. Because he should only just have the DQ loss. Probably should have looked at the stable page. That would have been a lot easier. Rob Reynolds. Yeah. Alright, perfect. So yeah, he'll still be there. Oh, we should say coming off of win. Well, I guess now we'll put win against Rob Edwards, since we know he's winning. Edwards, perfect. So yeah, he'll jump up to 4-2, which we'll go ahead and just do that now as well. Yeah, you can see it's very tedious having to make the record page. But, oh wow, there's not even a 4-2-0, so I'll have to make that off screen anyways. How great. But, it's good. It's a lot easier, I'm sure, now that I got it all made. I should have just done that already in the beginning, but obviously I didn't know how everybody's records were going to play out. Oh, damn, I didn't save the coming off win. Damn. Win. Rob Edwards, so that way I could at least keep that part. There we go. Of course, former kickboxer. So we'll have that, and we also have a new member of the roster too. It's J-Dub, Jacob Jackson, Jacob Public Enemy Jackson. He does not really have an official kind of background as far as like any type of martial arts or anything. Just more of the biggest dude on the roster. 6'5", 282, a massive, massive human being. I tried to have him cut weight to at least make it a little bit more reasonable, but he in fact was not about that. I'll try it again. Maybe if I just keep pestering him to lose weight. Yeah, tough. Because if he could trim down to about 265, that'd be perfect for us. Because I think that's Walter Tagg's, as far as, I think that's what he weighs in at. We'll take a look. Clicking away. As, match history. Oh yeah, 266. Yep. Perfect. Now, of course, he's coming off that first blood loss, but he was at least in line to maybe potentially get another rematch the way it was going. And of course, the Rob Edwards loss threw that out the window. But yeah, Reynolds getting a win over Rob Edwards. Co-main event, Michelle Bernard and Sugar Amano, which will be a time limit draw. As far as both men, Sugar Amano hasn't lost in a hot minute. I believe he is now on a 4-fight unbeaten streak. As, well, actually, it's weird that we have to kind of go back to this page, the stable page, to really look at all this. But that's alright. It's just easier this way. As Sugar Amano, 3-match winning streak. Thought he jumped up to 4 by now. Just double check. He should be. Yeah. So yeah, he's on a 3-match winning streak. Michelle Bernard, he is coming off a 3-match win streak as well, because he, at 4-3-1, both guys, 3 wins now in a row. Feel like this is a great time. Actually, yeah, and he just fought Rob Edwards. Or it wasn't even a fight. It was an actual match at an independent show in Rhode Island. That's kind of funny. But yeah, so I just felt like both guys being on a 3-match win streak, it's a good idea to have a fight here. To have, to see who's going to get the first of 5 wins, too. Which, now, we're not exactly sure, because now they're going to jump up to 4-3-2. And Sugar Amano's going to get his first draw. So now they'll be on a 4-match unbeaten streak. So the idea now is basically with Michelle Bernard, Sugar Amano, and Rob Reynolds here. We'll see, at least with Nigel Sevenson and John Snyder. Nigel Sevenson is going to beat John here as far as he'll jump up to 5 wins. So he is now in the 5-win club, which Snyder's a little unhappy about. Which, that's a huge win, for Nigel Sevenson as the shooter. Yeah, he's coming off a win against Ray Cavallero as well. Before that, he is, of course, been in Japan for the most part. Oh my god, yeah, as far as he lost to Kerry Fry, but he did beat Ray Cavallero. Now he's gotten a win over over John Snyder, rather, who, John is actually doing pretty well for himself. He was on a 2-match winning streak, but now getting stopped here and getting his 5th loss. Just want to double check. I always want to double check, make sure. Yeah, I figured we were all caught up, but that's his first loss. And the idea now, with Rob Reynolds, he'll be taking on, as far as at night 20, he will be taking on Sugar Amano, and then we're going to have Blackwell Bush and Michelle Bernard, and then Jules Knight and Nigel Sevenson. With Blackwell Bush coming off a draw with Kerry Fry, and Michelle Bernard obviously just getting a draw. Depending on what happens in this match, and in the Sugar Amano Rob Reynolds match, that will decide who will be the title challenger for, and even Jules Knight and Nigel Sevenson too, because Jules Knight, there for a hot minute, was on a bit of a losing streak, but now he's got, he's on the right track again, because he just beat, as far as he was on a 7-match unbeaten streak, before losing to Scary Terry, as I didn't mean to admonish my stable, because he was 4-4-1 which now, I believe, yeah, he just beat Warren Turksbury. So as far as he should be, yeah, now we can change that to coming off a win. Coming off win against Turksbury. Perfect. So with Jules, of course, being the inaugural Kumite winner and going on that long unbeaten streak, when you count the Kumite bouts winning it all, and he obviously I would say was pretty much the maybe besides Scary Terry, the MVP of 2022, having that type of run to go from that to then losing to Rob Edwards to losing to Walter Tagg, maybe potentially could change it and save it, because really the idea with both him and Sugar Amano is they're going to have the same record at that point as well, being 4-4-1. So that's going to be a huge match for sure. Just kind of talking about what's going to happen on the next show. Enough for the kind of undercard. We're going to see Warren Turksbury competing against Tobias Bastio, which Bastio is going to beat Turksbury, so Turk's going to drop down to 2-3, while as Tobias Bastio will be jumping up to 4-3-1, so he's also on the path to trying to get 5 wins. Turksbury a little unhappy about that. Now for Jacob Jackson, making his debut, and dominate is maybe a little too strong of a word. The idea is, he's just going to be so physically imposing. He's such a big motherfucker. Because we've seen that a little bit with Walter Tagg, where we saw him get the quickest knockout. This is kind of more so of him showing off what he can do grappling-wise. Even though Kiyoshi Kawamura is a guy who's fought in MMA, who has, as far as trained in a lot of has fought in a lot of no-holds-barred type stuff. This idea that he's 6'2", 240. It's a different type of fight when you're going against somebody that big at 6'6", 295. It's a different type of 282 rather. As far as I always think he's 290, but yeah, 282. It's a big dude. It's a big guy, and he just beat Guillotine Ayala as well at the GSW show, which he outperformed Ayala. So I feel like he's going to do pretty well for us here, and with his finishers too. Kind of want to talk about them real quick because obviously him making his debut, he's a new character. So we gotta talk about kind of what his ways of finishing opponents will be. His old J-Dub. So, mainly, I would say what I want him to win tonight is his the duck under bear hug takedown, which is a move where it's done in amateur wrestling. You've seen it, but you probably just didn't know it's called a bear hug, because it's kind of weird, obviously, with the wrestling kind of terminology. When you hear the bear hug, you'd think of him lifting him up and holding him with his arms wrapped around him. Basically, a bear hug in wrestling is kind of like a body lock takedown. If you've or like someone is in the clinch in an MMA fight, and they kind of like sweep the leg, but going like backwards to where the guy lands on his back instead of getting swept to like the side, where he just kind of sweeps the leg. It's kind of that idea, but the duck under with such ferocity and speed that he picks him up and drives him into the mat. And that type of takedown, when he's got him down, obviously he can palm strike him, but the idea of him doing that, it's kind of doing like a Kevin Randleman type slam, where he just slams them on damn near their head and it knocks them out that way, instead of being like Fedor and getting up and then knocking out Kevin Randleman. But I figured that'd be a fun finish, and then we're going to give him a jackknife powerbomb. So just a straight up powerbomb, which is fun. And then an inverted pile driver, basically a gonzo bomb. Figured this would be a good way of him trying to stuff takedowns, where you stuff him and then he's either going to powerbomb you or he's going to drop you on your goddamn head. Then a leaping big boot and a running tackle is kind of like his striking finishes. So he does have a submission, which I feel like is kind of for the best. Honestly, if the torture rack could be a legitimate finish, I always am a fan of that, of a big dude like that picking somebody up and just fold them up like that. But again, it's kind of realistically speaking, it's kind of impossible to do. You really need a lot of help to do it. But as far as that idea, this big duck under into a bear hug takedown, I wouldn't say it's fully like a Matt Hughes like pick up slam and like carry the guy and then take him down. Definitely isn't like that. It's more swift and quick. It's more about explosiveness in a guy that big moving that fast and everyone's just going, oh my god, driving him into the mat. So that's going to be, I think, some fun finishes along the way. And as far as for Public Enemy, Jacob Jackson should be a fun performer and should be a perfect fit for us, even though he does not have a MMA background or any type of mixed martial arts background. Just tough. I kind of want to have guys that have at least a background in it, but sometimes you gotta be a little lenient in this case because he's so goddamn big. And plus, we'd probably tell him, hey, maybe just set him up with having trained with guys like Yoshi Kawamura and having him train with guys that have a grappling background, a judo background, so maybe even Marcus Mahan, and just trying to help elevate his game. And that kind of philosophy too. So the opening matchup, though, Jacob Jackson, 43. So yeah, he did very well in his debut, even though he was not supposed to win by submission. It was supposed to be by KO, but that's all right. From the takedown, 130 people though, the Piper Casino, can't beat that. And 43 for Warren Turksbury and Tobias Bastio, which we see a guillotine from Tobias Bastio in 8-14. Nice win there for Tobias Bastio. He outperformed him. So I'm glad he got the win there. Over Turksbury, Nigel Stevenson with a hyper extension arm lock over John Snyder in 6:45. Great win. And another, so 2 submissions on knockouts tonight. Like seeing these finishes though. Like it. And then of course though, we get the draw to follow that up though. And Sugarmano did outperform him. Mitchell Bernard was off his game, so that definitely played into a factor. But just below a 50 there for the segment rating. And then Rob Reynolds beats Rob Edwards with a bulldog choke. Chokes out the big man, the human weapon. And he jumps up to 4-2. And he has a chance at Destiny as far as being at Sin, Night of Sin 20 now. Coming in, looking for his 5th win. A lot of guys, though, looking for their 5th win. As, as far as this show, 52 for the main event and 52 for the Sevens and John Snyder matchups. I guess we could have switched it out, but I'm happy with it. Nigel did well. Rob Reynolds did well. Rob Edwards did well. Sugarmano did well. There's a lot of good stuff here. But definitely put over Nigel. And definitely want to put over Sugarmano because I think he's deserved it. He's been getting pretty good. He's been improving a lot. So he made us as far as $650 off ticket sales. We're still paying a good bit for bonuses and perks of travel, mostly, and marketing as well. Overall, off about $730. I think we're gonna make money again though this month. And hey, we're jumping up to 12. Very, very close to making it to the next level of size. And on to night 20. We go. Alrighty, so for Night of Sin 20, we, hopefully, we made about, I think it was around $200, actually, for the month. Which, again, profit is better than no profit, but down a little bit compared to what we were, as far as for the last, the previous month, I guess 2 months ago, would that be the case. Hopefully there's no locker room incidences. Of course there is. As Goro Hadamoto, fought for the rest of his court, accused of getting to shake another worker's hand. Well, usually, I'm like, hey, man, who gives a shit? But with this such a small roster, and with respect to you guys are going out there and battling, yeah, you should probably be shaking each other's hands on that one. So I'm cool with Marcus Mann laying down the law. Esteban Pena, Buffer versus Court, accused of failing to pick up a share of the tab on the shared rental cars. The judge, Marcus Mann, found him guilty and sentenced him to pay the full cost and reimburse his travel partners. And then Keito Morimasa has a creative finish. How about that? Well, and on Walter Tag failed to show up to a scheduled meeting with a road agent. Just great. And, well, oh my god. Terry Roundtree provoking Warren Turksbury. Don't want to be seeing that from the champ. Oh, that's nice. Gary Fry and Rob Reynolds are getting together well. A good mood was infectious. Lifted everyone's spirits. Hell yeah. So yeah, we definitely don't need to do a speech now. Because everybody's in a great mood. Way to go. Way to go. So yeah, Nigel Simmons is actually the first guy that is not Scary Terry Roundtree to, as far as reach his 5th win. This will be his 6th win here. I think we're going to change that, though. I think we're going to give it to Jules Knight and give him his 5th win. So it'll be 5-4-1. Well, Nigel Stevenson will be 5-4-2. Yeah, I think that's going to be for the best. Yeah, Jules going to get the win there at the 9-minute mark. And then for Sugar Amato and Rob Reynolds, we're going to see Rob beat Sugar Amato, and he will be joining the 5-win club with 5 wins and 2 losses. With that record, I think that's good enough to be in the main event for sure. As, yeah, now we'll have 3 guys over 5 wins. But that, I mean, it's Rob Reynolds and Scary Terry as far as for the best records overall. Now for the rest of the card, we're going to have Jacob Jackson in his second matchup. He's going to take on John Snyder. That actually should be a pretty good matchup. I think Blackwell Bush and Michel Bernard should go next. And he's going to get his 5th win as well. It'll be 5-3-2, beating Blackwell Bush, who will be 3-4-1 after that. Yeah, we'll go with Jacob Jackson, John Snyder here. 6-minute matchup. This time, hopefully, with John, he's going to win by KO with the powered bomb. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. A little rampage bomb action. But John Snyder was on a run, too, before that, obviously. But now going to be on a, as far as, because he was 3-0 as far as in the year. Lost to Nigel Simmons, now loses to Jacob Jackson here. Tough break. Tough break. The Roberto Ayala taking on Ray Cavallero, and Cavallero will lose here to Roberto Ayala, who will now jump up back to 500 at 4-4-1. Which again, for our absent wrestlers, I believe, as far as nobody's absent actually, because we should have had Scary Terry take this week off, but that's all right. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Because but Kerry Fry, we last used him in March. We haven't used Goro Hanamoto since February. Might not be a bad idea to have him face like Walter Tagg. I guess we could save that for Night of Sin 21. I don't know, we got a lot of time. Yeah, well, why not? Let's make it a 6-match card. Why not? So Walter Tagg, Goro Hatamoto. I don't think they've wrestled. Yeah, first time meeting. Tagg will be getting the win, be about 5 minutes. And his first win back after losing in the first blood match as well. So yeah, being off since March, I think that's a good call as well. And yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, we'll swap. Actually, yeah, we'll swap that. I think we got a pretty good show here. As then post-show, we'll air this like as like a YouTube short thing with as far as post-show backstage promo, and it's just Rob Reynolds as far as hyping up the title fight with over, as far as with Scary Terry. As off screen, yeah, about a couple minutes for him. As far as people doubted him, people didn't think he would be back after getting knocked out in just exhilarating fashion, just in under a minute time. And now to think that he is one win away from being the baddest motherfucker in Sin City Grappling means everything to him. And it would show that he has arrived and that he is the man in Sin City Grappling. So, just an idea, just, simple backstage, we'll just backstage hype promo by Rob Reynolds for the title. Perfect. Of course, that'll be happening at Night of Sin 21. For Rob Reynolds, will be hoping for Blackjack to get the win. Of course, for Scary Terry, this will be his third defense. As far as will it be a successful one is the question. I'm hoping that the prestige can go up a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see. He has been champ for 154 days. It will be around about almost 90 days, but of course, in this kind of profession, the idea of being an actual, guys are having work shoot bouts, the style is a little bit more impactful, and it's a little bit more on the lines of being able to space it out a little bit to protect the champion a little bit, and plus, to really make it to where the championship, being at the top of the mountain, gives you your choice of, having to, if you want to have a match for a non-title match, you can make that choice, or if you want to be somebody that is only here for the title fight, feel free to. And again, those two guys have the best records. As far as for Scary Terry, he is at 7-1, which is extremely tough. Where is? Yeah, there he is. It's right below him. Of course, year one was 5-0-1. Has not lost yet. Going on almost 2 years now. Officially 1 full year. As far as made it 1 year officially in February, but looking to make it year 2, if he can make it there, that would be quite impressive to go on this type of winning streak. He might even be the first guy to get 10 wins. Of course, for Rob Reynolds, he's now jumping up to 5-2, which we'll just go ahead and do that. As far as he is on, you count the win, if you look at the DQ, as far as 5-2, there's not a Z, damn it. I was hoping we'd be able to fix it. Because, if you take away him forcing a DQ in his matchup with Walter Tagg, basically throwing the fight to put more damage and to do damage to Walter Tagg. Last time he lost was that knockout. A lot of, it's been a compelling story in a way for Rob Reynolds to get his way back to the top, because he was, again, on a nice little streak. He beaten Jules Knight. He had beaten Michel Bernard before that. He's only lost to Scary Terry and a Kumite bout and then the Walter Tagg knockout. So he's got a chance, he's already gotten his revenge over Walter Tagg by making him bleed and winning that bout. Now he's got a chance to do it with Scary Terry. And he's going to talk about that in the promo, too, to bring those points up. That he's got a lot to prove. Actually, I'll give him an extra 2 minutes with that. But he's not really a good promo, though. But luckily, it doesn't really matter. Because, we don't care if, it's not going to be a good promo, but that's fine. And plus, being one of the smaller dudes out there, because, he's 5'9", I think 220. Yeah, he's one of the smaller ones. I believe the smallest guy, I don't think it's Rob Reynolds as the smallest guy. I believe, Michel Bernard's 219. But still, oh wow, Jules Knight is 216. Again, he was the smallest fucker, though. For old Jules Knight, he went on to win the Kumite. Yeah, we're good to go now, I think. 60-minute show. I think it's going to be a hell of a show. Also, hopefully I'll be able to use that for Kato Morimasa. That seems like a good call. So we'll do that for the next show. So 35 of the opening contest, Roberto Ayala beating Ray Cavallero. Tough break for Cavallero. As far as Ray did outperform him. But now Roberto Ayala 4-1. Tough break, though. Tough break. Is old Guillotine probably, winning with a guillotine choke as well. I don't know why I didn't have it say he won by guillotine, but that's all right. And for Jackson, for Jackson, as far as Jacob Jackson, getting with the power bomb, dumps the old man on the back of his head, with the power bomb, and knocks him out. Love that though. Love that as a finish. And again, he's running through people. 2 straight wins, just like that. For Walter Tag, he is beating Goro Hatamoto here. And as far as he's also, he was the second guy to get over 5 wins. All right. So yeah, now he's up to 7. Wow. Yeah, 7-4, beating Goro Hatamoto. Walter Tag with a 50. Decent little matchup. Crowd wasn't really into it. Oof, bit of a letdown here with Blackwell Bush and Michel Bernard. Michel Bernard does outperform him, even though he's off his game. Gets him with the cross arm lock, and he jumps up to 5-3-2. And a 53 for Jules Knight and Nigel Stevenson, as Jules Knight beating Nigel Stevenson. That is a crazy win. He jumps up to 5-4-1. To beat Nigel like that, extremely tough. Now 52 for Sugar Mano and Rob Reynolds. It's Rob with the Bulldog choke in 7:51. Huge win there. And then for our main event, as far as I know, that was the main event. I'm an idiot. I was about to say, here's just the post-show press conference. As Scary Terry and Rob Reynolds is the next BMF fight. Jules Knight though getting a win over Nigel Stevenson was huge. We got Michel Bernard, Walter Tag coming back and getting a win. Jacob Jackson's making a nice splash. That's what they've been really the huge stories from this episode. We'll definitely put over Stevenson again. He was tremendous. And we'll probably put over Rob Reynolds. So he was great. And we put him over back in March anyways. But yeah, he's been doing well. Good shit. See how we do financially. Yeah, it's been a little bit more than what I'd like. $660. The show cost of the venue at $300 for the venue. So I lost about $700. Again, we're almost making our money back with as far as ticket sales with the show. We're definitely making money back with the show cost and the marketing. If we can get it to where it covers the workers' pay, then we'll be in a really good spot. So that'd be nice. But yeah, we're back to minus 1,600. But I think we're going to go back down below 15. We're at 13 now, the popularity as well. So we're close to that 17 mark, that magic number, so we get another roll, and hopefully, things go our way with that roll. We get some money in to help invest into Sin City Grappling, because it definitely deserves it as well. And we also got to check my contract, too, because I bet my contract is nuts. Because it always is for some reason. It always gets bumped up. Yep, 160. Crazy. So we'll just have to add basically 150 to cover that. So I'm making just $10 a show. So yeah, it shouldn't be too awful. Yeah, we should be fine. Because we're already at minus 230 and we haven't even made it to half the sponsorships. So yeah, we're definitely going to be making money. Hell yeah. Awesome. Great. So yeah, on to the next episode. We'll be seeing Night of Sin 21. And we will see who will be the BMF champion. Will it be Scary Terry retaining again? He's gone on an absolute tear. There hasn't, the one time he's even went the distance, of course, is that draw with, as far as he had the draw in, as far as in year 1. So, go switch it over to Sin to show it. Yeah, had the time limit draw with Jules Knight, and he lost to Jules Knight at Kumite. So really, so far, he has been the only guy, Jules Knight, to beat Scary Terry. But he's beaten Walter Tag, he's beaten Rob Edwards now. Can he make it another victim in Rob Reynolds? We shall see. Take care, everyone.